Hello, people of the internet. Welcome back to my channel. And welcome back to me, because I've been gone for many months. Today, as you can tell by the title, we're doing a book haul, because apparently all I ever do on this book channel is book hauls. I promise I'll do some reading vlogs at some point. But today is not that day. I recently went shopping with a friend of mine, and I wasn't going to go into the bookshop. I was going to not look that way and just walk past it. But then my friend told me that there was a sale on, and so I had to go inside. It was a really good sale. Like, the books were dirt cheap. And when I mean dirt cheap, I really mean cheaper than a chocolate bar. No, that's not true. But basically the same price as a chocolate bar. So, anyway, I had to buy some books. I bought 4 books. That's 8. I bought 4 books at this book sale. And then a while ago, I ordered some books online as well. 2 of the books that I ordered aren't mine. They are presents for people whose birthdays are coming up. But the 3rd book that I ordered is mine. And one of the books that I ordered for a present, I also want to order for myself. Also, I'm going back to that other bookshop that had a sale on next week Tuesday, probably. So I will most likely be buying more books. So maybe I should buy, or should postpone this haul until I've bought those books, but am I going to do that? No, I'm not. Let's get into the haul. First up, we have a book called Their Finest. I watched this movie and I really loved the movie, and so when I saw this on the bookshelf on the sale, in the sale section, I thought I must read the book. I absolutely loved the film. Basically what happens in the film, let me just spoil the entire story for you, no, is about a woman who writes adverts. She works in an advertising agency and she writes advert stuff, scripts. And this is set in during the Second World War. And at some point, you know, all the men have gone and films need to be made, so they must hire women to write films because all the men have gone to war. Anyway, so she gets hired to write the slog for movies, which is what they used to call it in those days, which is basically the women's dialogue. That's what she got hired to write, the women's dialogue. But throughout the course of the movie, she becomes more a part of the writing team, and I'm not going to spoil anything for you, but yes. And I love movies about writers and books about writers, so here we go. And there's a really cute love story in it as well, and it's really funny, and you should all watch the film. I will report back to you with my findings on the book once I have read it. The second book, I had no idea what this book is about when I first picked it up, but it looked interesting, and so I bought it. It's called The Mirrored World by Debra, and it's a historical fiction book. I've lately been really getting into historical fiction, which is something I never thought I would say. But apparently I'm into historical fiction now. So, St. Petersburg, 1736. Dasha and Xenia are cousins and devoted friends growing up in the shadows of royal society. On the night they make their debut at court, Xenia falls madly in love with a charismatic singer and in the Empress's imperial choir. They marry and settle into a contented family life. But on a snowy winter night, tragedy shatters their dreams, plunging Xenia into an abyss of grief. Pulling away from everyone, including her dear friend, she begins giving away her possessions to the poor. Then one day she disappears. Until 8 years later, when Dasha hears rumors of a soothsayer and a healer in St. Petersburg slums, dressed in a ragged military uniform, who only answers to her husband's name. So, this is Russian historical fiction, and I don't know, it seemed interesting to me, so I thought I would read it. Next up, we have a book called Mrs. Hemingway by Naomi. And this book is basically just about how Ernest Hemingway was a really shitty husband, but it is a fictional book. It's not entirely true to life, but really, how can history be true to life? Because we never have the full story about anything that is ever happened in history. And even if we have this full story, we only have one perspective of that full story, usually. So, anyway, it's a novel about how Ernest Hemingway cheated on his wife with her best friend, and got married several times and cheated several times, and was just generally a really bad husband. But I thought it would be interesting to read. Also, actually, my friend picked this out. She picked this up from the bookshelf and read the title, Mrs. Hemingway, and I said, "There's no way that that's actually about Ernest Hemingway's wife." And it was actually about Ernest Hemingway's wife. So, I'm a psychic, and I shall be taking no further questioning on this matter. The last book on this pile is called A House Full of Daughters. So, A House Full of Daughters by Juliet Nicolson. And I'm not going to lie to you, I literally picked this up because I thought the title, A House Full of Daughters, sounded interesting, and also because it said Nicolson, which, if you know anything about anything, you'll know. And when I picked this up, I said to my friend, I should stop picking up books just because the people who wrote them have similar surnames to people I already know. It turns out that this person is actually related to the person I was thinking about when I picked up this book. So, Juliet Nicolson is Nigel Nicholson's daughter, and Nigel Nicholson is Vita Sackville-West's son, or Vita Nicholson, but she wrote under Vita Sackville-West. And if you know, you know, you know. This book is about the 5 women in her family, not just the only 5, but I mean the 5 up until her. So her great-grandmother, I'm just going to read to you from the inside flap. Her great-grandmother was a flamenco dancer. No wait, her great-great-grandmother was a flamenco dancer. And then it says the flirty manipulation of her great-grandmother Victoria, who is Vita's mom, the infamous eccentricity of her grandmother Vita, her mother's Tory conventional background. So she doesn't name her mother. And then Juliet. So it's the 5 women in this this storyline. So I picked this book up because I thought Nicholson, spelled without an H, that's a very specific way to name. A specific way to spell the surname Nicholson. And that's the way that Harold Nicholson's surname was spelled, and Harold Nicholson was Vita Sackville-West's husband, so they must be related, and it turned out that they were. And so I just want to know. I just want to know. And if you know, then you know. So that's all of my 4 books from the bookshop. Now we get to move on to this here interesting package. Where's my knife? Oh, there it is. I'm going to put these on the ground. My knife. And I'll get to do a little unboxing with you, which is always fun. I don't actually know if it's always fun, but I like people watching. I also like watching people unbox things. How the heck does this thing work? Ah, it's been stapled here. But also, I could just note that this thing is so thin, and this is 3 books. It is actually 3 books because I'm looking inside right now, but when I got this, I was like, there's no way that this is 3 books. It is 3 books! Oh, it's beautiful. Does anybody like bubble wrap sounds? ASMR? That kind of sounds like somebody cracking their knuckles. I can't speak today. This is really beautiful. Okay, so the first book that I bought is a present for my father for his birthday, and he won't ever see this, but well, he might. But anyway, it's called In Praise of the Bicycle by Marc Augé. I don't know how to pronounce his surname. He's a French writer who usually writes about architecture and space and stuff like that. But, oh, he's an anthropologist, it says. He writes about cycling in this book. And I don't know, I thought it would be a fun book to give my dad. My dad doesn't really cycle, but my dad likes, ooh, it has a really nice cover under the dust jacket too. Ooh, that's good. We love it. We love these things when they happen. Also, sorry for the loud music in the background. I live next to a restaurant, and on Saturdays they have live music, and it's always loud, so... But I'm not going to stop filming now. My dad likes quirky books. Hello, please go back into your cupboard, thank you. So I thought I'd buy him this one, because... why not? Then the second book I'm going to show you is also a gift for my yoga teacher, but who is also a family friend. And this is a bookshop in Algiers. Algiers. This book is about a bookshop in Algiers that used to be functioning, but is now kind of... It got closed and then it got turned into a library, and now it is just not used at all. And now somebody else, I'm just reading the inside, I do kind of know what it's about, but I just want to get it right. Now somebody else has come in to clean the bookshop and get rid of all its books, and he's discovering that there are more things in this bookshop than meets the eye. The last book I'm going to tell you about. I'm really excited about this book. I only recently discovered it. Is When Women Were Dragons. And this cover is also, it's probably reflecting a bit, but this cover is phenomenal and so beautiful. I don't think a lot of people have heard about this book because I haven't heard mainstream booktubers talking about it. I found it on a rabbit hole, on a book list of books to read in Pride Month, for Pride Month, because Pride. It's set in America in the 1950s, and women just start spontaneously transforming, well, they disappear and then they spontaneously transform into dragons and fly away and wreak havoc. I don't know if they actually do, but women transforming into dragons, also sapphic and just lovely. That's my last book in my book haul. Let's give you a pretty little stack. Wow, it's like just blue books. I know already what I'm going to put on my thumbnail, but anyway. So yes, I'm gonna leave you here with these books. Please go check some of them out if they sounded interesting to you. I didn't do a very good job describing some of them, but that's not the point. They are really cool books, and I think they're interesting, and I think they would be interesting to some people who watch my videos. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed my video, my rambles, and my nonsense, you can subscribe if you wish. You can also give this video a thumbs up, it really helps. And I will probably see you at some other nondescript time in the future with another video. It might be another haul from when I go shopping next week. Or it might be, shocker, a reading vlog. Or it might be something completely different. You never know with me. I might decide to start making miniatures. No, I won't. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I hope you have a lovely day. Bye.